Module 27, Metal Foil Work Part 2. Eminent artist and painter Georges Barak has rightly said, "The starting point of a picture for any painter is a matter of colors and forms." I believe that the poetry of art, if that is what one may call it, is a matter of animating these forms and colors. In the last module, we have learned about how to make the base of the metal foil mural, which is the most important exercise, which requires drawing and cutting the hardboard and making a relief type base for mural design with raised and depressed forms. After it has been done with fine precision, I place the base of the mural on top of the table and apply SPAP 7 glue, which is a transparent glue and offers a tight bond. I apply it with a piece of plastic on all the surface of the hardboard, both on relief shapes and on depressed shapes. According to eminent Swiss architect, painter and artist Max Bill, I endeavor to make a picture, for instance, exert a positive influence on the observer by its coloring, mood and compositional idea, encouraging, say, activation, tranquilization, concentration or harmony. It is very necessary that glue should be applied evenly and no surface should be left out, even the edges. Small niches and cutouts should be properly glued. I take the help of my assistant to help me in this exercise quickly, as the glue has a tendency to dry very quickly. Any extra glue on the tip of the plastic sheet should be removed in the container. As we have to fix metal foil of 46 gauge, thin one, over this mural base, I apply this glue on the back of the metal foil. I keep on applying the glue till it is evenly spread and no lumps or lines are left. Then with the help of my assistant, we pick up this metal foil sheet from all the four corners and gently place it on the mural base. Now it is time to remove any air bubbles or wrinkles, and I press this metal foil into the mold by pressing repeatedly at the areas required with the help of a soft cloth. All corners, edges, niches should be pressed and rubbed evenly to fit then into the mold. According to eminent British author and speaker Ken Robinson, creativity is putting your imagination to work, and it is produced the most extraordinary results in human culture. We keep on pressing to raise the shapes, and slowly yet steadily the shapes start emerging from this metal foil mural. A Canadian journalist, author and speaker, Malcolm Gladwell, has rightly said, "The visionary starts with a clean sheet of paper and reimagines the world." My assistant sharpens the edges of the shapes while I press the metal deep into the depressed areas. The metal foil sheet should be larger than the base, as it has to be folded back around the four sides of the design. Use wooden clay modeling tool to create the fine lines and press the metal further into the depressed areas, fixing it to the board at the same time. thin-tipped wooden tool is used to create sharp lines, and the other flat tool is used for fixing the metal, but care should be taken that the metal foil does not break under due to overpressure of the tool while pressing. This has to be done gently and neatly. Scraping and pressing should be continued till all the shapes which were raised with the hardboard pattern emerge prominently. An American poet and philosopher, Henry David Thoreau, has rightly said, "This world is but a canvas to our imagination." Very sharp edged tools should be avoided as they will certainly cut the metal foil and the scratches will appear, destroying the metal foil mural design. Rounded plastic shapes fixed with the plastic handle made out of an old ball pen are very useful. Both I and my assistant work continuously on this job for fixing the metal foil into the mold using various edges and angles of the tools. This should continue till the required faults are achieved and the metal is properly fixed onto the hardboard based design. Each shape has to be taken into account and handled properly, as if not pressed properly, there are chances of metal coming from the basic mold. An eminent Dutch artist, Piet Mondrian, has rightly said, "The only problem in art is to achieve a balance between subjective and objective." This indeed is a tedious job and requires precision and patience. Unnecessary hurry may spoil the whole design. Keep on rotating the metal foil sheet to have a closer look at the design, and keep on pressing and rubbing gently. One can use the back of the pencil also for rubbing and pressing. The ingenuity of the artist plays a great part in choosing the right tools as per the intricacies of the pattern and size of the mural piece. Don't worry about the long time being taken, as the such of the mural depends upon the sharpness of the shapes that should emerges as actually attempted on the hardboard basic design. Variation of rubbing and pressing in a small circular action give better results. Use your left hand to hold the metal foil sheet to keep it steady. This indeed is akin to carving procedure. Don't leave any areas untouched. While repeating this exercise, sharper and prominent relief shapes will emerge. Now apply the same glue to the metal foil sides after reversing the mural design. It should be applied on all four sides and also on the back of the hardboard, as this metal foil is to be folded back. Create some texture and press the metal foil. My assistant now folds it back and presses the metal foil to the hardboard with the help of a soft cotton cloth, one side at a time, and moving the mural base. Fold the all four sides, and corners edges should be at an angle as done in a book binding or framing process. According to eminent American realist painter and printmaker Edward Hopper, no amount of skillful imagination can replace the essential element of imagination. All bubbles and wrinkles should be removed, and more glue should be applied where necessary so that all four sides are fixed to the board. An eminent American naturalist, author, and philosopher, John Muir, has rightly said, "The power of imagination makes us infinite." Cut the extra metal on the edges with the help of a sharp paper cutter. All corners should be rounded so that no sharp metal remains, and press the sides of the mural with the help of a wooden tool or simply by rubbing on the sheet placed on the table. I place the original design in front of me and I create textural spaces with the help of a needle point or sharp tool, making wavy lines on the depressed area of the mural. These wavy small lines create an interesting texture and add a visual charm to the composition. Use various textures like lines, dots, wavy lines to create variation in the texture. This provides an ornamental value to the metal foil mural design. Dots and points are pinched with a pincer tool, but don't press too hard, otherwise the metal will break. According to eminent American author Napoleon Hill, first comes thought, then organization of that thought into ideas and plans, then transformation of those plans into reality. The beginning, as you will observe, is in your imagination. Now I use the rounded tip of the plastic handle of the pen to create small rounds. This will create small roundish forms and enhance the beauty of the metal foil mural design. After I complete this exercise, I take a small puff of cotton cloth and apply brasso polish on the whole mural, filling each and every niche and corner. Apply it properly so that all areas of this mural are covered. You can directly apply more on the mural surface. A renowned Canadian writer and founder of Creativity at Work, Linda Nyman, has rightly said, art making has an alchemical effect on the imagination. It awakens the senses and sharpens insights, teaching us to think in symbols, metaphors, and to decode complexity so we can perceive the world in new ways. Now the rubbing process starts again to bring out the shiny raised surfaces. According to renowned Canadian writer and founder of Creativity at Work, Linda Nyman, art provides an opportunity for kaleidoscopic thinking. Each time we shift the lens of our perceptions. We gain perspectives and new opportunities for innovation. Now I place a soft folded cotton cloth in the form of a pad and start rubbing quickly using the cloth in circular motions. Make a small puff of cotton cloth and press the depressed shapes and crevices and remove extra Brasso liquid. Now I apply oxidizing salt on the surface of the metal with the same cotton cloth. It provides oxidizing effect and darkens the areas to give the metal a rich antique type look. Apply it with the thinner puff of the cotton cloth to the niche areas and keep rubbing and pressing them.